If I was to hand you $10,000 today, most people would do one of three things. The first they would do is probably spend it. Second they would do is just let it sit in their bank account in cash. And sometimes the third people will invest it in something thinking they're helping, but they don't understand what they just invested it in. If my goal was to turn $10,000 into serious long-term wealth in Canada, this is exactly how I would invest it step by step, and why most people don't do this the right way. So welcome back, guys. My name is Jeff, and this video is not going to be about gambling, day trading, or chasing the next hot stock. It's going to be about building real Canadian wealth using simple strategies, boring strategies that actually work. I'm going to show you how I would invest $10,000 today, depending on where you're at financially, and how you can apply this approach to your own situation. So before we talk about what to invest in, we need to talk about where to invest, because the account you choose matters just as much as the investment itself. In Canada, the biggest mistake lots of people make isn't picking the wrong stock, it's picking the wrong account for them. I'll quickly explain this in the next 60 seconds so you understand which to choose. So if I had $10,000 today, what I would do is think of where you are at in life. If you have a lower or average income, start with your tax-free savings account. If you're a high income earner right now, start with an RRSP. Or if you're unsure of where you're at, or you're early on in your career and don't know where you'll end up, just start with a TFSA or tax-free savings account. And why? Because a tax-free savings account grows 100% tax-free forever. There's no capital gains, no tax on withdrawals, and no impact on your government benefits down the road. Most Canadians, especially under 40 years old, a tax-free savings account is a great place to start. And before I tell you what to do, we're going to quickly go over what not to do with your newfound $10,000. I would definitely not get into day trading. I would absolutely stay clear of meme stocks and chasing things like that. Definitely don't try to flip crypto like some people think they're going to do. Never buy something you don't understand, and never let it just sit in cash earning nothing. Most people lose money not because investing is hard, but because they try to overcomplicate it thinking that they know what they're doing. If my goal was long-term wealth, the foundation is very simple. Find something that's a low-cost index fund or low-cost index investing. Why? Because most professional investors fail to beat the market long-term. Index funds give you instant diversification across hundreds of stocks. Fees are usually very low. Stress also stays very low, and results are typically very consistent. So in Canada, I would start with an ETF. Now, if I was looking to how to allocate my newfound $10,000, the easiest and most simple thing for most people would be to go option A, which is hands off. I would start by putting 100% into a broad market ETF. An example would be something like a Canadian all-in-one ETF or an S&P 500 focused ETF for global exposure. The reason something like this works is because you automatically own hundreds of companies. You benefit from long-term economic growth. You avoid single stock risk, which is really bad for new starters and new investors. And historically, the broad stock market returns 7 to 10% annually over long returns, or over long periods. That's how you quietly turn $10,000 that you just started with into 6 figures of growth over time. Now, if you wanted to be slightly more involved, you could always do something like a 70-30 split between equities for growth and a 30% stability thing, like a bond. That way it smooths out your volatility, keeps you invested during market downturns, which happen from time to time. And this is where most people fail. The exact mix doesn't matter as much as it does staying invested. So 70-30, 60-40, 50-50, that doesn't matter as much as just staying invested when things get bad. Now, a mistake lots of people make, especially in Canada, is keeping everything in Canada. I would definitely not invest strictly in Canada, only because Canada's stock market is only about 3% of the global market, and we're heavy in things like banks, energy, and resources, which means if you stay only in Canada, you're missing out on technology growth, healthcare innovation, and overall global growth of the world economy. So even as a Canadian investor, you should want global exposure. Now, lots of people always ask, well, what about dividends? Dividends are great, but they're really not magic. Early on, I would expect most people to care about total return, growth, and compounding. Dividends are powerful later on when you're closer to retirement, but early on, you want growth over income. For now, you want your $10,000 to work as hard as possible. The real power with investing like this is overall time. If you were to take $10,000 and do nothing else over the course of your life and invest it and earn 7% overall average return, it turns into something like $76,000 over 30 years. If you were to get the top end and say 10% compound growth over the course of 30 years, it turns into $175,000 on an original $10,000 investment. Now, if you were to add $100 a month extra on top of this, it grows insanely. It compounds huge, and this is how you actually grow wealth. Not overnight, but it is inevitable. Now, the biggest risk lots of people skip out on when they're talking about investments isn't picking the wrong ETF or the wrong account. It's things like jumping strategies from one to another, panic selling if the market takes a little bit of a dip, trying to do things like time the market, or quitting when things get boring. Instead of being actively involved, you just let it sit there. That gets boring and some people quit investing. But the thing is, the ones who win the most are the ones who stay invested even when it's uncomfortable. So my final takeaway from all this is if I had $10,000, I would invest it in a tax-free savings account. I'd keep it as simple as I can, focus on a broad market ETF, ignore any noise in the news that you may hear about this stock or that stock or things like that. And I would just let overall time and compound interest do all the heavy lifting for me. Wealth typically isn't built on brilliance, although there is cases obviously, but it is often built on consistency. If you want me to go into a follow-up breakdown, I can break down this even further with more numbers, show exact ETFs, exact allocations, how I would invest in things at different ages for different incomes. Comment below and let me know. And if you guys want any more Canadian finance videos that'll help you build wealth, subscribe for more.